you both say your names?
Cholena Nueswam.
Anna.
Okay. And can you tell readers and listeners what's going on in this southern colonized, stolen Shinnecock territory?
So, Akwe, Cholena Nueswam. Hi, my name is Cholena, and I'm from the Shinnecock Nation. And we are the original stewards of this land, of the Southampton territory. And our land actually was from further out towards the west, over the canal in the Hampton Bays area, and then all the way over to Wainscott. And then from there on are the Montauk people. So the Shinnecock are the original, this is our original territory, and our reservation is actually located on a piece of our original land. So we're pretty lucky to have that. You know, we still have our resources available, and we're learning to, you know, be reconnected to those resources and use them for our, you know, our development, you know, our economic development. So we're learning those ways, and we're hoping to continue to bring that up. We do struggle. I mean, we step off of the reservation every day into a whole nother world. We're in the middle of one of the wealthiest places in this country. I mean, the richest of the rich, you know, have homes here, and it's ridiculous to see the contrast. You know, you see these huge mansions. I mean, these businesses, these big names, and I don't understand how people can afford to, you know, but they do, and they're the top 1% are living here, and the bottom, you know, some of us are very much below the poverty line, living on the reservation, and we're living side by side. And we do get overlooked. You know, people don't realize. People who have lived in Southampton for years will often say that they never knew that there was a reservation here in the town of Southampton, and that makes no sense. I mean, didn't your grandfathers, your parents tell you about us? You know, because honestly, we did have a relationship with the elders of this town. You speak to the elders in our nation, and they remember that camaraderie. You know, they worked together. You know, they were farmers, you know, and before that, we were whalers, and we were whaling together. And then at some point, of course, that, you know, that didn't go so well. They whaled all of our whales, and we couldn't whale anymore. And they started to steal us and trap us on their whaling ships, thinking that we would help to bring the whales back. And nope, that didn't happen. So, you know, so we just... The younger generation, we've really come to a revitalization process of our language. You know, I'm a preschool teacher at a preschool on the Shinnecock Reservation, and I'm helping to bring the language, you know, back. And maybe one day in a couple generations, we'll have a fluent speaker. You know, we're revitalizing our ceremonial ways. You know, a lot of that has been forgotten in this process of decolonization.
That's real. Any other thoughts that you have? What's your name?
My name's Anna. She pretty much covered everything, but it's funny that she brings up, like, people around here, you know, they don't know who we are, and that's it's so real. Like, you know, the school is just now integrating the Shinnecock people in their curriculum. Nowhere are we in the textbooks or anything, and we live right here. Wow. We live within a 5-mile radius of each other. And right now I work under Blossom Sustainable Development. So we're really working with our community and with the preschool. We're partnering with a lot of people, and we're really trying to bring back that sense of sustainability and sovereignty and just being self-sufficient, that we don't have to rely on the outside.
That's what's up.
We actually have a greenhouse now. We've been growing greens that can withstand in the confusing weather New York has. Yeah. But we have a greenhouse. The kids actually came down last week, and they learned the plants that we're growing in there. They learned what we will be planting, and they got to water the plants. And then they're coming back tomorrow, actually, to plant sunflower seeds. Right. And then we have the community garden going too. And the community garden, the preschool that she works at, actually has a plot in the in the community garden. So they'll be the in-house cook will be preparing their meals with everything that the kids grow.
So, just I have a question for both of you. So in the Stolen Land Hoarded Resources Tour, one of the things that we're asking for is both to support, land reclamation efforts of indigenous peoples, right? But also reparations, community reparations. And it strikes me that, I'm sure you heard about recently, some folks have actually gave 700 acres to a tribal nation back in California.
Oh, wow.
Right. So one of the thoughts or one of the asks that we could put out, and obviously if it makes sense for y'all, is that one of these homes, which we all know are probably second, third, or fourth homes, could be given back to First Peoples. Does that sound like a possible ask?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
If that's possible, let's do it. I mean, even if we can occupy it for, a certain amount of time just to, to be able to be on part of more of our land, of our original territory, and to have that connection again, and to have that awareness, and that realization, like, hey, this was ours, let's.
Right.
And
Right.
even like the crazy thing is that there's actually been an ongoing it's actually a court case now with one of our tribal members who didn't want to pay for a parking permit because this is where we're from, like we don't want to pay to have a beach permit to park your car there, like we've been coming here for thousands of years, we've wailed here, we've occupied this land, so
How do you pay?
why should we have to pay now for something that we should have the opportunity to do? And even like restricting our hunting and our right to
Collect
shellfish, and just
There's so many
crazy.
levels.
We're so restricted, and